Hello, and welcome back to Random Vids. So a few weeks ago, I ranked every Mario Party game, well, that I had, which was basically most of them. Now let's do the same thing, but let's do that with every Mario Kart game. So, same rules apply, it's only going to be the Mario Karts that I've played. There hasn't been as many Mario Karts as there have been Mario Parties. Why? I don't know. Oh, that's why. Because they will not stop adding stuff to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Huh. So yeah, that's kind of funny. But anyway, no Mario Kart Super Circuit, no SNES one, no N64 one. I've never played those three. And I'm not gonna rank the spin-off ones too, which are the arcade ones, Mario Kart Tour, and then that Mario Kart Home Live thing or whatever. Only Double Dash up to 8 Deluxe. So anyway, without further ado, let's get ranking. And number 6, and my personal least favorite Mario Kart that I have would have to go to... So here at number 6 is Mario Kart Double Dash. Before I begin, before you all dislike this video because Double Dash is here at number 6, I would like to point out there is not a bad Mario Kart game. Unlike Mario Party, where there was a series where it just dipped downhill and then it rised back up again, Mario Kart has just been really solid as the years went on. In fact, if anything, it's been getting better as the years went on. So of course, with all ups, there has to be some downs. And my personal least favorite Mario Kart game is Mario Kart Double Dash. Let's not say it's a very unique game. It's probably the most unique out of any Mario Kart game, even Mario Kart 8 Deluxe at this point. But the main gimmick in Double Dash is two people ride in a kart together in 16 tracks. Because I don't have Super Circuit, N64, or the SNES one, this is the only Mario Kart I have that only has 16 tracks. The rest are either 32 or the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which will probably be like 100 at some point. So there isn't a lot of tracks. Track-wise, the tracks aren't bad. I mean, that's not to say that there's some that are awful, but I don't know. The tracks are at best good and at worst bad, like terrible. Honestly, I don't really like the Special Cup in this Mario Kart. It's all the tracks in that cup are just either boring or they're brutal. They are not fun, especially at 150cc. Ugh. We do have a decent amount of characters though, and I'm happy with all the characters. My least favorite, don't know, Petey Piranha, I guess, just because he doesn't really feel like a Mario Kart character. He's fine. It's just that all the others feel more like Mario Kart characters. Pity, on the other hand, just feels like a character. Hooray. So, the characters are good. We only have Grand Prix and time trials that we don't even have versus race, which is funny. People complained about Mario Kart 7 not having versus mode. Well, would you look at that? Double Dash doesn't either. It's only Grand Prix and time trials. And yes, if you're playing more than one person, then you get to play the battle. Woohoo. Here's what's so odd about these older Mario Karts. You could only play battle with other people. You couldn't play it with the computer players. Which was odd for me because this wasn't my first Mario Kart. So it was odd seeing, oh shoot, I can't play the battle mode by myself. I have to have another person with me. Which, honestly, that really destroys battle mode for me. It destroys it more than, like, the Mario Kart 8 stuff. At least for the battle, we have Bob-omb Blasters, I think. Shine Thief, I think, is another one? I think so. I think it's Bob-omb Blasters. I don't know. I don't know if Shine Thief's in it. Nah, I don't think Shine Thief's in it. I think it's just Bob-omb Blasters and normal old battle balloon. The tracks in the battle are pretty good, though. I would like to say that. And honestly, there's not much else I really have to add about this Mario Party or this Mario Kart. Sorry. We have a good character selection, as you can see, with fine enough music in the background. And this is the first Mario Kart that really started getting customizable for the karts. So you're not just playing one kart all the time, you're actually doing a whole bunch of karts. This Mario Kart also has All Cup Tour, where you play all 16 tracks. That's really good. That's really cool. It's surprising it's never come back, but I guess it wasn't the best mode out there, which is true. I guess the main reason why this one just isn't my favorite is just because of the difficulty. This Mario Kart feels way too hard, like way too hard. In a normal Mario Kart, and then comparing this Mario Kart, 50cc is just 100cc. 150cc is 200cc. I think I've had more problems in Mario Kart Double Dash's 150cc than I had in Mario Kart 8's 200cc. Yikes. So you can tell this game is really... basically the... Well, besides it being made in 2003 and it looks kind of ugly. The music, it's fine in this Mario Kart. It's not the best, but... I've heard worse. I think just the difficulty is what really pushes this Mario Kart down for me. It's a good Mario Kart, don't get me wrong, but... Man, the difficulty... At least we have some pretty good items, at least. And we have those really cool items that only you can use as a character. So it's fun trying to see the best character in kart and stuff, so... Yeah, this Mario Kart has to be my least favorite. I still like it, though. I still really like Mario Kart Double Dash. It's just that... It's just too hard. I'm sorry. When I'm playing this Mario Kart for fun, it's a good Mario Kart. When I'm trying to play to unlock everything, it's bad. So, not much else I have to say. So let's move on to number 5, which is... So as you can see, here at number 5 is Mario Kart 7. One of the very last Mario Karts I've ever gotten. No, I've gotten the Mario Karts in a weird order, which I'll probably explain about a little later. But well, let's talk about Mario Kart 7. Well, it's better than Double Dash, mainly just because this game is so much easier than Double Dash, and the graphics, of course, look a lot better than Double Dash as well. Those are probably the two main reasons, and battle mode is sort of fixed. So I think those 3 are the main reasons why it's better than Double Dash. However, it's not my favorite game. Honestly, this game is a little forgettable when you think about it. There's not too much about, especially like there's Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Like, even if Mario Kart 7 added like the gliders and that you could drive underwater, Mario Kart 8 has those gimmicks too. It's not like in Mario Kart Wii where it only has the half-pipes and no other game has them. But no, Mario Kart 8 has everything from Mario Kart 7, but better. So it's honestly a really forgettable game, since there's nothing much that's only in this Mario Kart to really stand out of the rest. I would like to say, though, unlike Double Dash, well, obviously we have 32 tracks now, of course, and all of them are, well, for the most part, they're a lot of fun, and they're a lot better than the Mario Kart Double Dash tracks. I mean, yeah, this is made like almost a decade later than Double Dash, but still. You have the Woohoo tracks, Music Park, Piranha Plant Slide, DK Jungle, like, need I say more? And the music is probably, the music is really good in this Mario Kart. You have some really good songs. This is honestly, the music might be the best in Mario Kart 7. I don't know. I think Mario Kart 8 might be up there too. Now, one problem about this Mario Kart. There's no mission mode. Well, I mean, that's a problem with all the Mario Karts, basically, but Mario Kart DS had mission mode, which made that Mario Kart stand out. This Mario Kart still hasn't brought back mission mode, unfortunately. And if you look at the bottom below, you'll notice there's something missing from the picture. We're missing the Versus races for some reason. They were in DS and Wii, but they just cut it from Mario Kart 7? That's such an odd thing to cut. Instead, they just have... Instead of putting the battle together, now we have Balloon Battle and Coin Runners together on the same screen. That is where Versus mode should be, and down below that is where Mission mode should be. So, eek. Yeah, I think... That was, it's not even bad. It's just such an odd thing to take out. The character selection isn't bad. It's definitely smaller than the previous games. I mean, you do have your Mii characters, you do have, like, your other characters, but then they added this character. Metal Mario. You know who Metal Mario is? It's Mario, but silver. Isn't that such a good brand new character that they added? Also, if you look at the character selection, there's no Waluigi, no Toadette, no Diddy Kong, Bowser Jr., Baby Mario, Baby Luigi, no anybody, except for, like, Rosalina, I guess, is the only... And Koopa Troopa's good, too. Some of these characters are good. And then, like, Lakitu. Lakitu's not supposed to be a character. Honey Queen is an odd choice. Wiggler, also odd, but I guess funny. It's just... I think Mario Kart 7 has the most bizarre character selection out of any Mario Kart. This and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, I think, have the most... The oddest selection out of any Mario... I think Mario Kart 8 Deluxe might have this one beaten because of all the randos that we have in that one, which we'll talk about later. So it's just odd. I don't know how else to say. I would like to say, though, I do really like the kart selection, though, because you could pick your kart, your tires, and your glider, which is actually really cool, and it really it's a good layout, and everything's all together and stuff. So that's good, but then you have the battle balloon, which is just completely, not completely, but it's odd in this level. So, we only have, well, for starters, we only have 6 tracks, which is not a lot. 3 of them are retro, and 3 of them are nitro. They're fine courses. It's just kind of silly how we don't have a lot. And you only play 4 all the time. You can't choose how many rounds. You can't play as many rounds as you want. It's always just 2. I mean, yes, at least we can finally pick teams or no teams again, unlike Mario Kart Wii. But come on. Also, one of the worst things about battle mode nowadays is that when you get out, you don't die. You respawn back for some reason. How does this make sense in any way, shape, or form? When you lose your balloons, you're out. You don't just spawn back with magically 3 more balloons. That has never happened until Mario Kart Wii for some reason, and they decided to bring it back. Hooray. Wasn't that such a good idea? So the battle mode, honestly, is pretty weak in this Mario Kart. Mario Kart Wii, I would say, is even, like, stronger than this one, but hey, where did this Mario Kart go wrong? Honestly, I think the main reason why is just it's forgettable. They didn't really add much. Well, while the tracks and stuff are good, nothing else really stands out in this Mario Party that really makes it like even Double Dash. You have the 2 people in 1 kart thing that stood out in that Mario Kart, but this Mario Kart is just nothing really that stands out. It's fine, but it's just really forgettable. It just kind of seems like a ripoff of Mario Kart DS and Mario Kart Wii, and then you get Mario Kart 7. That's not to say this Mario Kart is bad. Like, I have fun with this Mario Kart. It's just that, would I rather play this or something like Mario Kart 8? Of course, Mario Kart 8, because everything about it is just so much better. But, Mario Kart 7, here we are. Let's move on to number 4, which is... So would you look at this? Mario Kart DS is now here at number 4. I feel like Mario Kart DS is like the complete opposite of Mario Kart 7. It has really good side modes, but like for the main mode, it's just kind of more meh. I mean, this is made back in 2005, so... For starters, the graphics are ugly, but, eh. So, first of all, let's talk about the Grand Prix. The character selection is pretty small, even smaller than Mario Kart 7's, which is silly to say. It's basically just the characters from Mario 64, but with Daisy, Rob, Drybones, and Waluigi. So, okay. The tracks in this Mario Kart ain't bad. We have some pretty good ones like Tick-Tock Clock and Airship Fortress as some examples. And this Mario Kart was the first Mario Kart that ever had retro tracks in it, which is really cool. Well, Mario Kart Super Circuit, but they were more official in this Mario Kart, if you know what I mean. And they did a really good job with them. I mean, the tracks they chose were kind of boring, but you have to start somewhere. And honestly, I'd rather the boring tracks be in like this Mario Kart than rather than some like Mario Kart 8 or something like that. Huh. This Mario Kart, however, started the #1 most overrated track in Mario Kart history. You know what I'm talking about. Waluigi Pinball. I forgot to mention that in Mario Kart 7 since that track is also in Mario Kart 7. Of course it is. This track is everywhere. When by everywhere, I mean 3 Mario Kart games, but I mean like everywhere online. Everyone not everyone, but a lot of people, like for some reason, are like obsessed with Waluigi Pinball, and the Waluigi Pinball music. Why? The world will never know. Because for some reason, putting Mario Kart in a pinball machine is so cool that they have to continue talking about it forever and ever and ever. I don't think it's that. I think it's just because it's Waluigi and we don't really see him a lot. And it's too bad because we have Wario Stadium, which has no love because everyone's always praising Waluigi Pinball instead. After that rant, the tracks are just okay overall. They're better than Double Dash, but they're definitely not as good as Mario Kart 7. At least we have versus mode this time. They didn't take it out. And the battle mode in this Mario Kart, man, like it is top notch. This Mario Kart has the best battle of all time. Like, oh man, I don't know. Like, there is no other Mario Karts that do this. For starters, you can play this now with computer players, so you don't have to wait for just 4 random players to join. You can actually play now with 4 other players. Or not with 4 other players, but with actual computer players. And guess what? If you're out, you're out. You do not respawn back. The music is good. The battle tracks are actually pretty good too. And you have Shine Thief or Balloon, the balloon one, of course. What's cool about this Mario Kart is you can blow up your own balloon, so you won't just get 3 all the time. You'll start with 1, and then you can blow the others up whenever you feel like it. That's a really good idea, and it's only been in this Mario Kart. And yes, because this is the Mario Kart that started retro tracks, 2 retro battle courses ended up coming back, which was Pipe Plaza and the one from the N64, I can't, Block Fort, which are both good choices. Yeah. And then, of course, Mission Mode. Mission Mode, like, what do I need to say about Mission Mode? This thing is so much fun, and it's only been in this Mario Kart. Well, yeah. It's also been in Mario Kart Tour as well, but like I said, that's a spin-off game. I'm talking about these main games. So, you have 7 levels, which I never knew there were 7. I only thought there were 6 until just recently when I unlocked level 7. Basically, you'll play around the different tracks and courses and stuff, and do things like collect coins, drive through rings, collect boxes, drive backwards, you name it. You can even fight bosses too. Like, Mission Mode, I love Mission Mode, and it's too bad it's only been in this Mario Party. Or this, my goodness, Mario Kart. So, there's not much else I really have to say. Like I said, I feel like it's the complete opposite of Mario Kart 7. Mario Kart 7 had, like, awesome tracks, but very weak side modes. Mario Kart DS, on the other hand, just has okay tracks while it has really good side modes. Like, it's literally the opposite of Mario Kart DS. I like the music better in Mario Kart 7. DS has pretty meh music. Not gonna lie. And it might even be worse than Double Dash. I don't know. But, yeah. Let's go to number 3, which is... So here at number 3 is the OG Mario Kart 8. What a good and fun Mario Kart. Whew, so Mario Kart 8. Man, where do I begin with this Mario Kart? It's kind of like it works like a Mario Kart 7 where it has a really strong main mode. The side modes are just meh. So for starters, guess what? Versus mode returned. Yes, everyone complained about versus mode not being in Mario Kart 7, which I totally can understand. So they brought it back in Mario Kart 8. Speaking of bring back, they brought back Waluigi as a character, plus many others, and whew, Mario Kart 8 has so many characters. That's not to say they're all good. I mean, we do have the return of Metal Mario, unfortunately, and now we have Pink Gold Peach, which is just Peach but pink gold. Then we have Leica 2, who returned, unfortunately. And just, yeah, that's what we have. But at least, for the most part, we have some really good characters. And man, the tracks, woo! This Mario Kart easily has the second, best tracks ever. I say second just because there's Mario Kart 8 Deluxe now as well, but this was number 1 at one point, though. If there was no Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, this would be number 1. Because the tracks, they're just so amazing. I like the whole anti-gravity thing where you are now driving on the wall or upside down, whatever you want to say. And man, the retro tracks, this has to be the best selection of retro tracks ever in a Mario Kart game. Like, you have Music Park, Tick-Tock Clock, DK Jungle, Moo Moo Meadows, Grumble Volcano. What else need I say? And for the most part, all the tracks are just beautiful now and glorious. And of course, the music is awesome in this Mario Kart too. Fortunately, we still don't have a mission mode, which hasn't returned since the DS. But that battle mode in this Mario Kart, everyone hates battle mode in this Mario Kart. Why? What is wrong with the mode in battle mode? I mean, yeah, there's only battle mode. And I think the big reason why is because we have no battle courses. They're just Mario Kart tracks. I mean, they tried and it didn't work. I do like the battle tracks better, but it's not gonna lie, it's kind of funny driving around on tracks doing battle mode. It's not my favorite, and looks like my controller ran out, so one sec. But here's the thing. In this Mario Kart, if you got out, you were out. You didn't respawn back. Why am I like the first person who's ever noticed this, or at least have said it on YouTube? Because everyone was just talking about how bad the battle tracks are, which is understandable, but why not talk about the positives as well? I mean, at least we have 8 battle tracks this time instead of the whopping 6. And at least they're interesting enough, and then when you die, you don't respawn back. And it's fun too, because whenever you're playing with other people, you're invisible and you can just drive around and just troll them. That is fun. I mean, yeah, we have a timer, but at least when we're out, we don't come back in. So yeah, this Mario Kart, this one is really good, and it would have been my favorite, but I'll talk about it a little later. Let's move on to number 2, which is... Oh, I forgot to mention. The graphics are beautiful. Anyway, let's move on to number 2, which is... there was honestly not a better way to start number 2 off in Mario Kart Wii. Just listen to the menu music. Man, they really did themselves when it came to the menu music in Mario Kart Wii. I mean, they tried in Mario Kart 7, but it's not the same. Mario Kart Wii is obviously the best when it comes to the menu music. But man, this Mario Kart, it's a lot of fun. It's not my favorite, but it's still like just wow. Just listen to the music. It's so good. We're like, man. And obviously, as you can tell, there is a lot of characters, a lot of playable characters in this Mario Kart. From Baby Mario to Birdo to Rosalina to Funky Kong, which is apparently the second most overrated Mario Kart character, to the Mii characters, which is hilarious. Dry Bones is here. Like, basically, this is like, this is the perfect Mario Kart roster. Along with like a few other characters that they need to add because of the newer Mario games, but man, they did, like, this Mario Kart is the characters are just, they're good. Like Mario Kart 8, there's just so many good Nitro tracks. They have Coconut Mall, Maple Treeway, Koopa Cave, Mushroom Gorge, Coconut Mall, Toad's Factory, Moo Moo Meadows, Grumble Volcano. And you know what's funny? Unlike Double Dash, where I hated the Special Cup, Mario Kart Wii, I love the Special Cup. You have Dry Runes, one of the best tracks. Moonview Highway, one of the best tracks ever. Bowser Castle, which is fine, and then Rainbow Road, which is awesome. And of course, they brought back retro tracks as well, which is really cool. Another cool thing about this Mario Kart that was only in this Mario Kart was the half pipes, where you trick off the side of the wall, which I think that was pretty cool. I mean, in my opinion, it's not quite as cool. It's not as good as the gliding or the anti-gravity, but it's still good, of course. Now that's really where it exceeds. Where it falls is yet again the side modes, which basically every Mario Kart but DS fails at. Battle mode, let's start with that. So this was the first Mario Kart that had a battle mode where if you lost all your balloons, you respawn back in. Which in my opinion, that just doesn't make sense. How do these magic balloons come back? Didn't they just get popped? I don't mind you having 5 balloons now instead of 3 that you can blow up, but why? I mean, I like the layout the best though in this Mario Kart. You have 6 Nitro tracks and 6 Retro tracks. And of course the Retro tracks are from 5 Nitro tracks, 5 Retro tracks. And they're all from and for the Retro tracks, it's 1 track per course. It's not like 3 from the N64 and then like 2 from DS or something like that. No, it's 1 from SNES, 1 from X64, etc., etc. So they did a really good job with that. I just never talk about items. I forget about talking about items. Items are fine in this Mario Kart. Except they did add the Thundercloud, which is kind of annoying, but the other 2 are fine. We still have that yucky blue shell, which no one likes. And yeah, we don't have mission mode, unfortunately. They didn't keep it from Mario Kart DS, so that's unfortunate. But it is what it is. Without all that stuff though, Mario Kart Wii is still like a really good Mario Kart. Like, I feel like it's like Smash Bros, where the side modes are fine, but what you're really worried about is the main like game itself. Unlike Mario Party, where it's like, am I in the mood to play boards or am I in the mood to play mini games? Mario Kart, on the other hand, it's mainly just focused on tracks, and then you have all the other side stuff to do, or that if you want to do, of course. So this Mario Kart, it's a really good one. It's not quite number 1 though, and I'm not gonna lie, if there was no Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Mario Kart 8 would be number 1. This would be number 2 still, but because we have 8 Deluxe now, Mario Kart 8 falls a few spaces. But anyway, let's get on to the obvious number 1, which is So here at number 1 is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It's basically like if they took everything bad about Mario Kart 8 and made it good. What was bad about Mario Kart 8, you may ask? Well, for starters, the character selection. Not saying it was bad, but we definitely needed more. So we got Dry Bones, King Boo, Dry Bowser, and finally Bowser Jr. I mean, we are still missing a few, but this is a lot better than what we first had. I mean, yeah, we still have... We have more clone characters now, but I mean, the more the merrier, I guess. And for the first time, and hopefully only time ever, we have random Nintendo characters playing. This is interesting. We have the Inklings, and we have Link, and Isabelle, and the villagers and stuff. But no Diddy Kong or Birdo. I feel like that's a kind of odd, a little silly, but you know what? This is definitely better than Mario Kart 8. And guess what? For the first time ever, we actually have 200cc, which I find that really cool. And now, when you're doing the drift, you have purple sparks. And guess what? If you miss Mario Kart Double Dash, well, now there is 2 item boxes. And we have 2 items that haven't returned in a long time that have finally returned in Mario Kart Double Dash. Or, sorry, Mario Kart 8. Those are the Feather, which was only in the very first Mario Kart, which is used for battle mode now. And, of course, the Boo item, which hasn't been here since Mario Kart DS. Eventually, we'll get the fake item box back. We'll just have to hope. Another big problem about Mario Kart 8 was the battle tracks. So now we actually have 8 battle tracks. 5 of them being brand new, and 3 of them being retro. Being Battle Course 1 from the SNES, Luigi's Mansion from Double Dash, and Wahoo Town from the 3DS, which are all really good choices. And now we have a whole bunch of modes to play for battle too. So instead of just playing Battle Balloon, you're playing that plus Coin Runner, Bob-omb Blasters, Shine Thief, and a new one, Renegade Roundup, which has to be the best out of them all. It's basically just Mario Kart but cops and robbers. Like, wow, they really did their homework when it came to the battle. However, it's still not perfect. We still have to worry about a timer, and they have returned to, if you lose all your balloons, you come back. Ugh, that really rubs me the wrong way. I don't know why Nintendo forces us to have a timer. Like, it will never be understandable. Never. The next Mario Kart 9 needs to have battle mode like it was in Mario Kart DS. Because that is like Mario Kart DS but with Mario Kart 8 rules. Because besides spawning back in, the battle mode in this Mario Kart is actually like perfect. I mean, yeah, we still don't have mission mode, which sucks. But we do have some more tracks. So when the DLC came out, so when Mario Kart 8 Deluxe came out back in 2015, well then 2017 on the Switch, we got 16 tracks. Some of them being retro, some of them being nitro. I'm happy we got these ones. Well, guess what? When everyone thought there's going to be a new Mario Kart, then they added the booster courses, which is kind of silly. So these would be a compilation of retro tracks. These ones would be ones that have been in a Mario Kart before and now have come back. Like for example, Shoko Mountain. It was in the N64. It came back on the DS, but it looked the latest update looked like it was on the DS. So they brought it back in Mario Kart 8 to make it Mario Kart 8ify, if you know what I mean. Also, they brought back Mario Kart Tour tracks, which is really cool. So eventually, I'm gonna have to make like once Wave 3 comes out, I'm gonna have to make a prediction of the rest of the waves and what tracks I think, what tracks I'm gonna predict coming back. So, what I really want though is tracks that have come back before and now have come back again, like Shoko Mountain and Calamari Desert, not ones that have finally come back, like Snowland, for an example, or Shroom Ridge. But yeah, and then the music is really good too. I love all the remake music. And man, I can't wait for all the other waves to come out. Wow. So yeah, I think it was kind of obvious Mario Kart 8 would be my favorite though. It's just such a good game, good graphics, like, and it's the number one most selling Mario Kart game now too. Mario Kart Wii is number 2, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is number 1, which is perfect because this game is so good. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.